Hello, this is Roshni Venugopal. You are 14 CS 121 and this is my lab experiment number 8 for Unix and Linux Lab. In this experiment, we will be doing process creation. So this is our first question. Write a C++ program to create the following process. Now, process A is uh, the parent process and B is the child process. So A will get the seconds as input from the user and B will calculate the number of hours, minutes and seconds. So let us see how to do this question. In this over here, the first thing is that we take input from the user, that is enter the seconds, and then it is stored in time. Now we are creating a new process, that is by using the system called fork, and then the PID is stored, the process ID of the newly created child process is stored in the variable PID. Now if the process ID is equal to 0, then what we will do is the child process has been created, so the process A, it will get the PPID, that is get the parent process ID and it will print here, and for the process B, that is the child process, it will get the get PID, that is get process ID. So the current process that is running is process B, therefore it will print the current process ID. Now here itself we are taking the seconds and we are converting into hours, time, minutes and seconds. So for converting it into hours, the current seconds, it will be divided by 3600, so we get the answer and we store it in hours. Now time we will get by doing modulus of time, modulus 3600, and then that is we'll get the quotient part of the answer. Now minutes is the time, that is the seconds divided by 60, and seconds will be modulus of 60. Now the time is displayed over here, and else part, that is if the parent process ID is not created, then there itself the process A and process B's uh, process IDs will be displayed. Now let enter the second, suppose 4500. So here the parent process has been the parent process ID is has been displayed here, following by the process B, that is child process, and then next is the 4500 that we have given as input, it has been converted into hours, minutes and seconds. So let us look into the second question. So in our second question, we have write a C++ program to create the following process. So we have a parent process and two child processes. The parent process takes string as input and B reverses the string and C checks if it is a palindrome. So let us see how that is done. So for here we are the parent process, it easily we can get it by using get PID. So presently process A is running, so we get PID and display the process ID over there. Now the string has been taken as an input from the user and its length is displays as such over there itself. The by using the by using strlen, so that for using the string the functions, we have also included the library string.h. So strlen will give the string length, and there we store it in ln, display it over here. Now the next process the next step is to create the second process, the child process, that is child B. So over here we can see the child B, it reverses the string, and child C checks for the if it is a palindrome. So here we talk about the child B process. So the child, if PID is equal to 0, PID, that is fork system call is called here, and then if the PID is equal to 0, then the child process is created, and here the child process PID is displayed, and the parent ID, that is PPID, so parent process ID will be displayed. And then in this there's a I have given the code where it will reverse the string. So for I is equal to L, that is the string length, it will go till the length to 0, and then I minus minus. So string I have given I minus minus here itself. So as the string increases, the string length increases, so in str1 we are storing the reverse string and displaying it here itself. In the second process, that is C process, we'll be checking if it is a palindrome or not. So to do that, again we will reverse the string over here. The child process has been created and it is displayed, and the parent id process id parent process id is displayed over here. And then we are reversing the string, and then we are comparing the string using strcmp function. So here again we'll be using the library functions of string.h. And then now here, if the comparison we are doing, and if it is equal to 0, then that means if it returns 0, then that means it is a palindrome, otherwise it is not a palindrome. So enter the string, suppose madam. So string length is 5, and then child process B process is created. The parent ID is 19468. That is the this over here we can see this is the process ID. So the parent ID will be same as that. The reverse is madam itself, and then the child process, the next process is created, and its parent ID will also be the same as the first one, A process, and then followed by that it is a palindrome. Next question. So in the next question, what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to create 6 processes, with A being the parent process, and B and C is the child process. B has a child process D, and C has another 2 children, E and F. So each process is doing a series of things. That is, A is taking the input as integer input. B will be checking if it is a factorial, and so on. So let us see how this is done. First of all, A is the parent process, so there itself we will get the parent ID, parent process ID, by doing get PID. Now currently we are in process A. Now we take integer as an input. The next step is to check if now we create a process that is using fork system call, and we store it in PID. So if the PID is equal to 0, then the process B has been created. So process B, we do this set of things. So what here basically we are doing is, first we'll be doing, as the question states, first we'll be doing the factorial of the number, and then we'll be creating the D process and doing the Fibonacci series. So here parent ID is get PID, so it will get the parent process ID. Then child process ID is get PID. Now over here we will check if the factorial of the number that has been entered is computed, and it will be displayed over here. Now the next step is to create the process D. So over here we will be doing fork system call again and storing it PID1. So if PID1 is equal to 0, then that means the process D has been created, and parent and child process ID is displayed over here. And then for doing the Fibonacci series, first we will display B and C. So B and C is 0 and 1 as defined over here. So 0 and 1 is displayed, and then x minus 2 till it will go until the number specified. It will do what it will do is, the previous number it will pass on to the previous number, it will add it and pass the pointer will go to the next number, and it will display here. So this is the factorial part. Now the next part is process C. Process C again has two children, process E and F. So let us see how that is done. Now process C, it will again parent child process ID it will display, and then it will check if it is an Armstrong number. So by we will in this coding we will check if it is a Armstrong number, and if the result is equal to the current that is the number given by the user. If it is equal, then it is an Armstrong number, otherwise it is not. Now over here we'll be creating the first process, that is process child process, that process E. Again the parent and the child process is described, and now here we will check if it is a prime number. So for doing that, what we are doing is that uh, throughout the number we are giving a for loop, and throughout the number it will go and check if it is the modulus is equal to 0. And then if the the count, that is C++, that is the finally if the count is equal to 2, that means it is a prime number. So we are checking if the number of factors that it is having. So if it is having 1 and itself as a factor, that is 2 factors, then it is a prime number, else it is not a prime number. Now the next process that is created, the final process, is process F. Over here again parent and child is displayed, and then in this coding we'll be reversing the number. Now that is done by doing the set of lines. So first we will be modulus it with 2, and then the number that is got, we will be multiplying it with 10 and then adding it with the previous number, that is mo. And then finally so the number will divide it by 10, so that we'll get the remaining two numbers, and then this loop goes on until the whole number is reversed, and it is displayed over here. So let us run this program. So process B has been created. Its parent process is 22818 as the process A. And then next we can see process C. Process C's parent will also be 22818. Now process B, it's so its child ID, that is its own ID, is 23003, which will be the parent ID of process D. So here the factorial has been done, and in process D the Fibonacci series has been displayed. Now process C, it is a child of process A, so the same parent ID will be displayed with its child ID, and it will check if it is an Armstrong number or not. Then the next one is process E. The process E is child of C, therefore its parent ID is same as the child ID, sorry, the process ID of C. And then it is checking if it is a prime number. Yes, it is a prime number. And finally process C has been created with the parent ID same as that of C, and child ID as itself, and the reverse is 7 itself. So this is my experiment number 8. Thank you.